Welcome back to the 2022 Red Bull Tennessee Knockout. And after an awkward night's sleep in the driver's seat of my truck, it is Saturday and I'm ready to go.
Good luck, bud. Be safe, guys. Good luck, guys.
And for the first time, I'm pre-qualified into the second race on Saturday, so I'm kind of pumped to see what I can do with this. Apparently getting a good start is not on that list. Ah well. Honestly, I almost prefer it this way because every time I get out in front of a group of guys, I tend to ride tight and get nervous and everything, so I just soon follow these guys. I mean, I know right ahead of me is Creed Kissling. He's wicked fast, and he's going to go to Sunday, so if I can just latch onto him and go, I'm in good shape.
Yeah, oh well.
Alright, back into this creek again. Big difference this time versus my Friday prologue, which if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll put a link up in the corner. But the big difference here is I'm following a bunch of guys that know what they're doing. And yeah, we have our struggles, but nobody's holding anybody up. We're going. Alright, so maybe I'm not getting through it quite as easy as everybody else, but these guys have been riding hard enduro all year, the AMA races and everything, and I have not been, as demonstrated by my bike control here. Anyway, they walk away from me in this creek, and I'm already gassed, but I catch back up to him at the end, so I'm not worried. I just gotta make sure I get up this hill clean, take a second, think about it, and get it all in one run. Perfect, just what I wanted. I got out of there without wasting too much energy, and I'm going. I'm tired, yeah, but not as bad as I was on Friday, and I did it in about 2.5-3 minutes faster, just because I didn't have to work through slower riders. And on that subject, I actually talked to some folks, and the original plan was to separate everybody out for the prologue based on their, A, B, C class that they declared on sign-up. But for whatever reason, it didn't work this time. And TKO is under new management. A new group of folks is putting it on, and there's going to be kinks. But they'll get it figured out. They have a lot of passion for the sport. They were working hard all weekend long. And I'm pretty sure we'll see Friday prologue separated out by A, B, C class and whatnot next year, which would be awesome. It's going to be so much more fair for everybody. The faster riders won't get held up as bad. The slower riders won't have aggressive fast guys coming through. And what am I doing? Seriously though, look off to the right. That's the main line, way down there. Why am I up here in the rocks when everybody else is going on the nice groomed trail? The theme of the race is just, let's make it as difficult as possible. This is going to be a long day. Alright, small little hiccup, nothing major. Shake the hands loose. Let's see if we can use this kind of open section to get my flow, catch my breath, and get rolling again. Hold on. I think that was our turn. Yep. Turn around. No big deal. Blown ribbon. It happens all the time. There is an easy fix though. All you gotta do is run a second ribbon above head height. Maybe run some streamers off that so it really stands out. So if the bottom one gets blown, the top one's still there to catch riders' attentions. Problem solved. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that ribbon laying on the ground, I wouldn't have noticed it. So, we got off easy this time.
I don't know if I can go faster than this guy. Right now, but I need to stop. Woo! Thank you!
Perfect timing. I was just telling myself I need to try and go faster than this guy. Whether I'm capable of that or not is yet to be determined, but I needed to try. So we're getting on trail. It's looking good. I'm catching my breath. just in time for the next creek section. And this one, not as bad as the Prologue Creek, but it's still a Tennessee Knockout Creek. It's not easy. My biggest focus in this creek is just trying to keep it smooth and steady, not take any bad lines, and whatever I do, don't go towards the trees.
Oh no.
There he goes, trying to show me a wheel. I think I got the better line on him, so I'm still in front. We're still going. Let's get out of this creek. Would you look at this trail? Just look at it. It's beautiful. This is, I believe, some of the Sears stuff. I'm not 100% sure. I don't recognize too much of it. But it's prime, and he's cooking. I let him by. He came up on me quick. I just let him by. But look at this stuff. Dark chocolate dirt. The traction's great. I mean, the trail flows. It's tough, but it still flows. It's fun. This is awesome.
Wake up. Hand up. Shift up, smooth out.
I focused on that a lot this year, talking to myself, vocally telling myself to wake up, focus, think, breathe, all this stuff. And you'd be surprised how effective it is. Now we come to this hill. This was a bottleneck hill for a lot of people, but we gotta go. I just gotta hope that this guy right in front of me keeps moving. Great. Well, now we got our work cut out for us, because I've climbed this hill 100 times, and it sucks. It just sucks the life out of you if you don't get it clean in one run. So now I gotta try and get my momentum back up and see if I can clean the rest of this hill. Whoa, traction. Yeah, I wasn't playing that game. I went back down. I'm gonna make it all as clean as I can in one run. But I'm already exhausted, so one clean run probably isn't gonna happen.
Not good.
And also, every second I spend channeling my inner noob, those guys that I'm supposed to be riding with are long gone. And I mean, they're gonna have to mess up for me to catch up with them. Or there's gonna have to be another real bad section. Oh, hey, that's Chance Baker, isn't it? I think that's Chance Baker. There's somebody I can latch onto. He makes it to Sunday. He's really, really good. So I just threw a hook, and I'm gonna go as far as I possibly can behind him. Come on, man. You ain't got time to idle down this trail. You gotta go. Chance is getting away, and he's your ticket to getting your flow back, getting some kind of speed, and put together a decent run. The farther away he gets, the harder it is to latch on. I can see him inching away, and I just gotta find some way to hold on to him.
That was so slick. Dang it.
There it is. I lost him. He's far enough gone now I won't be able to see him to hook on. So now I gotta try and find the flow myself, and that is really, really hard, especially if you've been off racing a while and you don't really know where your flow is. It's hard to find it by yourself. Like I said, if I hooked on to Chance, he could kind of get me into that speed and I would learn it as I was riding, but he's gone. Nothing I can do now but just push on as hard as I can and try not to make any mistakes. Lucky enough for me, we're on some of the faster, more flowy, more fun, kind of easy trail. I've got a good breeze on my body cooling me off. I can breathe. All that's going to be helpful to get me back into a groove. So as I'm cruising this nice, flowy, fun trail, it's a couple hard spots here and there, but mostly it's this kind of just really enjoyable trail. I catch that bright blue jersey. I've caught back up to Chance. Now, I didn't think that was something that would happen, but maybe he had some trouble. I don't care. I caught back up. I'm gonna hook on again. Do my best. Somebody's revving on somebody, and I think it's me. But man, he's a long way back to be revving. I only saw one bike. Maybe he's revving on me. I don't know. So I pull over. I don't see nobody, so I take back off again. It just kind of threw me off my rhythm just a little bit. But he finally catches up, and a freight train comes with him. And I mean, I could have gone in before that last guy, but I didn't. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. Because now all those guys that went around me, save one, are packed up in the way, and I'm losing Chance again. He's getting away again. Okay, so that little cut right there, I just cut out. I had to stop. I just wanted to grab a drink of water while I let some guys get up the hill so I could get a clean run, and while I was sitting there, my bike boiled over. And I guess one of the tip overs I had tweaked the shroud going around my fan, my radiator fan, and it was slowing my fan down to where it wasn't cooling my bike. So I had to kind of straighten that out, and it took off. There's the guy that revved on me. I didn't lose much time. I was there for maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I just gave my shroud a little tug, but that was enough time for Morgan Tank. I think it's Tank. She got around me, and she's doing awesome, and she's really moving. But I think I've got an edge on her in this technical stuff just because I have, longer, stronger legs. And that's a huge advantage in these rocky uphill climbs like this. But she is holding me up, and I need to go.
Come on, Morgan, you got this.
Oh, here it is. This is that speed and that flow through these sections I needed just in time to get hung up. Oh, come on. I mean, look how much work I'm putting into just getting around this guy. I mean, that's enough to boil my bike over again. Maybe my fan's not working right still. I don't know. And I'm going off in the woods. Anyway, that was way too much work, and now we come to the biggest bottleneck of the entire weekend. This was crazy, and it wasn't bad when I got there. But if you raced, you'll know and hey, there's Michael Manuel. Cool. I'm catching up to a lot of guys that they started way ahead and had, a couple rows on me, I think. I don't know. Anyway, this is good because we're all kind of freight training through here. And when you get to the guys at this level, everybody knows that the best way through a bottleneck like this, a single line bottleneck, is to just stair step your way up, inchworm your way up. Nobody in this group is gonna pile in on top of you if they, don't think that they can clean the line. So I want to let y'all in on a little tidbit of information here. My goal for this race, since I was qualified into the second race, my goal was to catch, ride, do whatever it took. I was going to ride with Zack Attack. That was my motivation. If he started ahead of me, I was going to push until I caught him. And look who I caught.
Zack Attack! Woo! Starting to feel better. Surprisingly or not, I recover in this stuff weird.
If you missed what I said there, I said, surprisingly enough, I recover better in this stuff than anything else. Which is not really all that surprising if you think about it. Look at the way we're climbing this hill. We stop for 10-15 seconds while the guy in front of us makes his run up to make some room. Then we start up, we make our run up, and then wait again for 10 or 15 seconds. Those small 10 or 15 second breaks add up on a climb like this, and you recover surprisingly well. But to be 100% honest, I don't know that that was the biggest reason I had a big boost of recovery. I think it had a lot to do with Zack Attack, my goal for the weekend, being right there in front of me. And I want to pass him. I want to pass him real bad. So actually, I take a second to look behind us. And yeah, there's a, pack in front of me, but there's a sea of riders behind us. It's bad. Alright, so I'm seeing Zach. He's almost to the top of this hill, and me and Michael are still laying our bikes over and pushing and struggling. Zach's gonna get away if I don't figure out how to get up this hill. But it's so one line, it's so difficult to get out of that one main line that all you can really do is just throw your bike on the ground. But I've got to go. I definitely don't want to get swallowed up by that group of riders behind me. Come on, go. Not only is Zach gone, but Michael's squeaking away. I'm losing everybody. I gotta go. Come on. God, man, this hill is so slick. It's hard to get any kind of forward momentum started if you stop. And it just, oh, there's some. Let's go. Now, see, Zach got caught up and Michael got around him there. So it's actually shaping up to be a 3-rider brawl here. If I can get moving, I could join that brawl. The spot was so obnoxious. There was holes right where you needed your front wheel to be, and they were spaced just right to where your back wheel was in a hole, and it's just obnoxious. But Zach got caught up on a log, so I'm back in the game. Fast forward a little bit, we've really just been kind of plugging our way through this trail. Neither one of us seemed to have the intensity that we expected. I think Zach's struggling a little bit. Maybe he's tired. Maybe, he's openly admitted it. He's a short guy, so he's got a disadvantage in this gnarly stuff. And these big, hairy, rocky climbs are probably tough. And I've got the advantage again with those long, strong legs. So I don't know. We're kind of playing cat and mouse right now, and it's also a little bit of who's stopping less to rest. We've definitely stopped a few times to rest, like right here. I mean, I think he probably has room to go, but I'm not complaining that he stopped.
This ain't cool. Actually, it is, but it just sucks.
Dude, I'm so dead.
Yeah.
Right here, on the other hand, Michael was trapped on that log. He was working on it, and so I take the initiative and jump into the log first ahead of Zach. And full transparency right now, he has no idea how much I want to be in front of him and how much I'm racing him and trying to beat him.
Get off the log.
I mean, he's just riding, and I'm doing everything I can do to figure out how to get in front and stay in front of him. I'm really not excited to see what this looks like from his point of view when he releases his video, because there is nothing pretty or skillful about that. Alright, so we're coming down Easy Creek now. And, you know, in my short time of hard enduro, I've picked up some tricks here and there. And I've learned that the best way to manage your momentum while you're dropping off a rocky ledge under a low-hanging log is just simply use your face. Yeah, that fella right there in the red shirt was Derek Bratcher. Easy Creek's his brainchild, I think. And, you know, it's hard to describe the smile on his face when he's just watching people suffer in his sections. Alright, so anyway, okay. We are approaching the halfway mark, which means it's uphill swamp time. But Zach's behind me. And a little bit of flowing trail. I felt okay. I expected him to put a wheel on me or pass me, but I've got him behind me. So now we're getting into another technical section where I will have the advantage again. There's only one problem. I've never done the uphill swamp the way they are running it this year. In all fairness, I don't think anyone else has either, but I don't think I was fully prepared for what I was about to get into, and I was already gassed. So it's not gonna be pretty.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so there's Zach. Yeah, he was just cruising behind me, taking a breath while I was trying to put a gap on him and failing miserably. But now it's this hill. This is where I have every opportunity to put some time on him. I've just got to go. So I'm completely wiped out at this point. I've got nothing. I've got no energy, no strength, no stabilizing strength at all. I've got nothing. And I'm still trying to push. But every time a line fails like that, it just sucks the life out of you. All this pushing, pulling, yanking my bike around, all this bike handling I'm doing is just, it's pushing me close to that edge where I'm starting to get dizzy at this point, and tunnel vision, you know, when you start getting dark around the edges, it's all happening right now, and I'm about cooked. But where I'm at right now is pretty good on this hill. I think one more good solid push and I'm out.
No!
That was it. That was the last of my energy. I can't muster up anything. I can barely get my bike up. I've got to take a rest, and it's not going to be a short 15-second get a drink of water rest. This is a reevaluate my life rest. And of course, it had to be right in front of Red Bull TV. The other problem is that all those guys behind me are now worked up to this little plateau that I need to use to turn around. Everybody, including Zach. So now I'm behind him again. Alright, now that he's around, I have the room. I'm getting down on my ledge and I can flip around. But I'm still seeing double. I'm still so exhausted, but I don't have time to wait because the guy I want to beat is right there. So here I go again.
No!
And it's time for more bike handling. My rear tire slipped off the ledge, so now I have to get back up on top of the ledge so that I can keep climbing the hill. This is not getting any better. However, I did have a spot of good luck. I found a really, sweet spot, the perfect spot I possibly could have had my rear tire, and I got up on top of the ledge. Now it's just a matter of climbing the hill, which is not that big of a deal. I'm just tired. But at this point, Zach's had his problems too, and we're right next to each other again, so everything's good. Let's just keep trucking on. You know, this hill really isn't that big of a deal. It's not that hard of a climb, but when you can't carry your momentum and you've got other guys in your line, regardless of who those guys are, you can't carry your speed once you get it. And it's just a tough hill when it's this slick. But hey, we made it. We're finally up there. Now I'm going to wait for Zach to get up this little ledge here, which is actually a little steeper and a lot slicker than it looks. And I'm going to take this opportunity to let my head breathe. Uh-oh. Oh no. He was in a really awkward spot to try that, but you know, the conditions make even this small little lump difficult.
Hey, Travis!
Nice catch. Yeah, I tossed my goggles to Travis. There's no point in having them on my helmet getting tore up by stuff when I'm not using them. Alright, so now Zach's in a better angle. He's gonna push it up. Whatever works, man. Now, while Zach was pushing on that, I had an advantage. I could rest, I could get some water, and I had a straight shot. So this was nothing for me. But now we're coming down this off-camber. It's full of loose rocks, loose dirt, freshly uncovered roots. It's sketchy. And it's different than any other year that I can remember. We are going back down to the bottom of Uphill Swamp. And now it's time for round 2. After all that ridiculousness on that first hill, we come back down and now we have to do the actual uphill swamp. And it's worse this year than any year I've seen. It's slick, and after the recent floods, I guess a year or two back, massive holes. And it was bad enough in, 2020? When we went up it, it was relatively dry. It's not now. I did scout out one sweet line, and it's up over this rock that I mess up. I had to get up that clean. But more bike handling. It wasn't that bad. I picked it up and just pushed it over the top. But I gotta hug this right line, otherwise I've got to go off to the left and then pivot to come up to this line. But even this is more chewed out than what it was when I scouted it. Because the first Saturday race just burned this in. This is a brand new line. It's still way better than down there off to the left. But I don't get through it as clean as I was hoping I would when, I scouted it out. I figured it'd be a highway, but it's not. So I dip off to the left here because, you can't pass if you're following. But you can't pass if you're having a heart attack either. So I'm going to take a second. And right now he's not sailing up this. So I've got time, but I still feel like my legs are an advantage here. So I can make this time back up. I just need to get going now and try to lose as little as possible. okay, Zach might actually be holding me up in this section. So I'm going to peel off to the left here and find my own line. Hopefully I can carry momentum. But man, is it hairy. So I got to take a second, find out where I'm going to go. I'm looking up the hill, trying to find a line where I can carry momentum without having to change direction too much. Well, that worked.
I'm delirious, I'm dizzy.
Delirious and dizzy. I was actually a little bit scared, possible dehydration, so I had to stop.
This is the hardest one yet, by a long shot.
So I took a little longer break that time. That one was about a minute, maybe two, sipping on my Camelback with liquid IV water in it, just trying to get things back under control. So I feel good enough to keep pushing. So I take back off, and as soon as I get going, I see Eric Douglas there on the Dinosaur. 2006, I believe, KTM 300 MXC. Old school. He took that old girl all the way into Sunday. He was in the LCQ, and he won the LCQ on that old bike. It was really impressive to watch that old girl whoop up on some of the newest and greatest in dirt bike technology. And it shows that you don't have to have cutting edge machinery to go out and do well at this race. That's why my 13, I haven't seen a need to upgrade my 13. It does everything I need it to do, and it's a lot cheaper to maintain. We're finally out of the swamp. We're back onto the trail. Still not easy from what I remember. There's some gnarly bits after this, but I can get rolling again. And that's the biggest thing. I need air moving across my body, trying to cool myself off. The biggest problem is I still can't ride. But no, the biggest problem is I was talking to Zach after the race, and he said once he got to the top of the swamp, something clicked and he just took off.
Oh no! Ah.
I, however, was not having the same luck. I think that right there is David Passmore from Dirt Life Media Designs. Really cool pictures, except for the one he took of me dying. He actually posted that picture on Facebook with a going into Monday like tag, you know. I definitely felt like that going into Monday. I was shot.
Although these trails are easy. But Zach's probably quicker on me, so I just can't do it.
Yeah, this is kind of where I realize it. Zach is running away in these trails, I guarantee it. He can maintain such a high trail pace after getting completely wiped out, like a place like Uphill Swamp. You could see he was struggling. But he gets on these trails like this, and he can just not go through the limbs, but he can just click into Hare Scramble's pace again, and I have trouble with that, which I'm about to demonstrate in a rather embarrassing fashion.
I don't have an inning. About to puke. What am I doing?
We finally get out to some open trail with minimal rocks on it, and I can flow a little bit. And this air moving over me is waking me right back up. I feel much better. So I'm thinking maybe I can push. Maybe Zach was having as much trouble as I was. Maybe he was as tired as I was. Maybe my trail pace isn't that far off of his. I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive, mostly, because I typically really enjoy this part of the course. This is stuff from previous years. I love it. I enjoy this part of the trail, and I want to keep a positive mindset so I can have fun.
Okay. Stand up, man. Stand up. There we go.
My body was not listening to me there. I tried to tell myself to stand up, but I just wouldn't do it. And that actually sapped more energy out of me. Every little bump I hit shot up through my back and made it a little bit harder to catch my breath. So, oh well. But I'm starting to get back my flow. Starting to get down some of these downhills that I really enjoy, just kind of sending it. I'm not sending it very hard down some of these, but to the extent that I'm capable of right now, I feel like I'm holding a good pace. So I know there's nothing much left. So I just got to bring it home in one piece.
All right, mountain biking it is. Leg endurance. Lung capacity.
There's going to be a few of you watching this that are going to say, yeah, we've heard this story before. You know who you are. But mountain biking to get my fitness up is the way I have to do it. And I'm going to do it this time because I have nothing else to blame but my fitness. Previous years, I had mechanicals. I had some weird mental block. This year, it was nothing but fitness. So I think that's going to light a fire that previous years didn't. And why are we going through a river? Usually we just cross here, but of all the years to send us down it, it's full of water. And one slip on something in this muddy water and my bike is flooded at the end of the course. That would be such a bummer, man.
Oh no!
Oh no! Your gear is sweet.
Thank you!
You're doing great, man.
Good little resting rock you found.
Well, I'm gonna have to back down. This ain't gonna happen.
I say that, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. What the heck? Man, that was 2018 slick. And I know there's been slicker years, but I don't have experience with those. Just 2018. And that was it. That was as slick as it gets.
How long ago did Zach Attack come through?
And I just got like 3 different answers, but they all said he's back ahead of me on adjusted time.
No, I just started 2 rows ahead of me. I figured if I could keep him within 2 minutes, I'd be happy.
Problem is, I don't actually think he was ahead of me on adjusted time now that I look at results. Because this spot right here, ugh.
Whoa! Up is up! Looks like I'm going down that way anyway.
Whee!
I did this last time it was muddy here. Me too, man.
There we go indeed. That's what I should have done the first time, and I should have done it without stopping, but I don't know. So that little fiasco on that slab gassed me again, and now we get up to this spot, and it looks a lot worse than it actually turns out to be. So I wait around, I get a bottle of water, dump down my back, take a swig of it, and I take off. Yeah, hindsight's 2020. I probably should have kept going. I could have maybe kept Zach within striking distance on adjusted time if I hadn't have stopped, but my overthinking kind of came into play, and I thought it was going to be a lot tougher than it was. Lessons learned. I'll still do it again next year, but maybe this time it'll stick. I don't know. Alright, time to get rolling again. And it's gonna ease up a little bit before the last big creek section. So me, and I think this is Jared Kuhnhold, if I'm saying that right. So we just kind of trek on through this trail and get out of here. There's a couple little rooty climbs that are a little slick, but nothing major. So we just trek on. Oh no! He got a little caught up and stopped me, so I've got to try and work around. Luckily it wasn't in a bad spot, so I could kind of maybe... There we go. I got around. So let's get on. Final nasty bit of the entire race, and I'm not really looking forward to this. I spent a lot of time on the first Saturday race there, and there's just no real nice, easy line at all anywhere. So it's just going to be a struggle fest. But I didn't expect what they were going to have us do on this race. They sent us up a little bit farther than they did on the first Saturday race. And we get up here, we do this little 180, and we drop off this rocky concrete entrance into the creek. And for some reason, I've always been sketched out by this.
Down is down.
That went a lot better than what I had pictured in my head. I honestly, perfect endo, pike on my spine, concussions, everything that could have happened there, I imagined. All at once, every time I look at that. But I'm good. Let's get out of this creek. This is a spot where there was just no real good line. This side on the right is what everybody ran, save maybe a couple people in the first race. And I was standing over on the left side of the creek, which had only one real bad spot, but kind of had this superhero exit. You know, you could get off there. You see it off to the left there. There was this little flat slab rock. You just kind of hop off onto it and get back down in the creek. Well, I didn't want to do it. Halfway I didn't think about it, but I just was sitting in the main line, and honestly, there had been some rocks moved around. It really wasn't that bad. The biggest problem for me in this creek is that I kept stalling. I stalled over and over again. I cut a lot of it out, but I was stalling so much. I halfway think I need a new clutch, or need to bump up my idle or something. But anyway, we're at the end. We are down to calculating distance by yards now. I just got to get through this creek, and as soon as I get into this spot right up here, most of the creek has been burned in real good, so it's smooth. In my head right now, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I know I'm disgusted with my fitness. I know I did not do what I set out to do, and that is get my hare scramble pace in the easy trails and then make all the hard sections clean. But at the same time, I was basing that approach into this race off of all my previous experience, which they completely changed up the course. So I didn't really know what to expect and how the sear trail included into this would play a factor. And it did play a factor. It wiped me. But we made it. We're done. And I came out 40th. And I'm only 2 minutes and I believe 38 seconds off of Zach's time, which means after he left me, he pulled another 4 minutes and 38 seconds on me. But as I'm coming into the final Endurocross section before the finish, I hear Eric on the microphone say something interesting.
You're either in or out.
Something about being either in or out. So instantly, I think, holy cow, I'm right on the cusp of making it in. I need to go. And I'm stalling, and I need to go. Get over these logs. Get going, because I'm right there, and I can't get over the logs. This is so frustrating. I just heard it. I got excited, and I'm stalling. It's so frustrating. But it's it. It's over. I got one more little thing. Yeah, these stupid little stacked logs. And then I'm done. And I'm just hoping, at this point, I'm just hoping that I made it in. After all that work, I made it in. But I'm going to take a rest. Found this nice shady tree, and I'm gonna lay down. Oh, you gotta turn off the gas. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to lay down, take off everything, chest protector, camelback, helmet, and rest under this shade. And try not to puke.
That's it. That's all I had.
You alright, dude?
I just need to lay down for a second.
Alright, make a chair.
Thank you.
Good that you're pretty miserable there.
Yeah, a little bit. Cold. Holy crap, thank you so much. No, it's okay. That's what I do this for. I don't know why I do this, but that's... Oh, did I not make it?
No.
Oh,
That's why I said I'm sorry.
it's okay.
You were very close, though.
Dang it. That's not what I wanted to hear. I wish you had said I was like 20 places away from it. Thank you. Okay, well, I didn't make it to Sunday, but honestly, I don't care. I'm good. But this was a really good gauge to see where I was at and what I needed. And it came down to lung capacity and leg endurance. Technically, I'm fine. It's just when I got fatigued, I started making mistakes. So, thanks guys. I'm gonna go have me a small coma now. See you later.